Okay, so the mystery drone situation just got a little more spicy. Let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Oh, yeah, from J. Alberto, highly significant. The FBI is now instructing the U.S. Defense Commands not to confuse drones or UAS with UAP and reports of intrusions into military bases, nuclear sites, airports, etc. Yeah, we've got all these mystery drones for years now, shutting down airports, hovering over military installations, forcing the relocation of fighter jets from one base to another base. Highly anomalous, weird stuff, and apparently they don't know what to make of it. At least the mainstream government doesn't. Obviously, one of these objects went down over Langley Air Force Base, and somebody has that. Somebody knows what these things are, and they're not telling the rest of us. I don't think the mainstream government really knows much about this. But anyway, okay, so this is the document that Ross Coulthart shared. Unmanned system incursions of DoD installations in defense critical infrastructure sites. Are we still supposed to call it DoD? Is it DOW now? That doesn't quite roll off the tongue quite as easily. And is it instead of defense critical infrastructure, is it war critical infrastructure? It's still defense, right? I mean, they're still defending. Anyway, the FBI is launching a cross-programmatic threat project in response to the potential for state and non-state actors to use unmanned systems, also known as UXS, against U.S. national security interests, in particular DoD facilities and defense critical infrastructure sites. Therefore, the FBI requests all DoD partners, including cleared defense contractors, to report all incidents of UAX incursions to the FBI through the eGuardian platform to collate reporting, including defense contractors. So Lockheed and Boeing and those guys, they have to play ball, or at least they're supposed to play ball. Interesting that they, specify that. DoD facilities and DCI sites have noted an increase in UXS incursions over recent months. And that's what they're calling the mystery drones here is UXS. Now, if you go to the bottom of this page where they defined UXS, they're highly automated, I can't say it, autonomous and uncrewed systems, right? All right, and they define them as multiple things. Unmanned aircraft systems, small unmanned aircraft systems, unmanned aerial vehicles, unmanned underwater vehicles, remotely piloted vehicles, or UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomenon. So, UXS can indeed mean UAP or UFOs. And so I think they're trying to say it without saying it. The capabilities of the UXS, let's just call them mystery drones, are unknown, but may be intended to disrupt operations or gauge U.S. response capabilities and policies. Of course, this is worldwide. They've been over India, Europe, China, not just the U.S. Past noteworthy incidents, combined with other intrusions of restricted airspace at various DoD and DCI facilities, have highlighted a threat to DoD installations, personnel, technology, and other equities. So yeah, they're couching all of this as a in terms of a threat, because that is what the Department of Defense does. They are defending against threats. Federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial law enforcement entities, fusion centers, and CDCs with access to eGuardian should use eGuardian as the uniform reporting mechanism to capture and share information. The FBI's eGuardian system is used to document, share, and track potential threats, suspicious activity, and cyber, counterterrorism, counterintelligence, and criminal incidents among the FBI and partners. DoD is required to use the FBI eGuardian system for incident reporting. So yeah, the FBI is getting involved in the mystery drones, and we've heard from Congress that they have been working with the FBI and talking to the FBI, and the FBI is more with it and more responsive than Arrow is, which not a big surprise. It's hard to get less responsive and transparent than Arrow. It's interesting that they seem to trust the FBI. The FBI hasn't told the public boo about any of this. Meanwhile, they've been heavily involved in all of this since the very beginning and have actively been covering stuff up. So I question why Congress is pro FBI these days. But this is the reporting guidelines for UXS, or mystery drones, UFOs, whatever these things are. They want to know what was the location of the reporting party when the suspected mystery drone was sighted. Mark this location. What was the start and end time of the suspected sighting? Had the reporting party attempted to verify the suspected mystery drone was not another kind of object? If the mystery drone operator were observed or interviewed, what information, including any biographic information, was obtained? Was the mystery drone visually or audibly detected? So yeah, are these things silent? They often make noises. Sometimes they sound like drones. Sometimes they sound like helicopters. Sometimes they sound like planes. Often they're just silent. So yeah, it's interesting that they want to know if this thing was audibly detected or visually detected. And they make a distinction. Was it visually or audibly detected? As if maybe sometimes they just hear noises and they don't see anything. That's kind of interesting. What was the direction and bearing of the mystery drone? Did it hover, move, fly fast in one direction? Was there instant acceleration, in other words? What type of mystery drone was observed? Fixed wing, multi-rotor, rotary wing, hybrid, or unknown? What other details were observed? For example, the color or pattern of lights, number and location of lights, path or movement behavior. And that's really interesting because the mystery drones are all lit up like freaking Christmas trees. It's crazy. These are not stealthy craft designed to spy. And they're all over the world. Something's trying to get attention, right? Something is trying to send a message or a signal. If anything was attached to the mystery drone, what did the attachment look like? And of course, that's true with drones. Sometimes they do carry packages, actual drones, and they do drop those packages. If anything fell, launched, or was released, what was the altitude and where in the path of movement was the item released? What type of mystery drone detection system exists at your site, if any? Well, I guess we're going to say drone detection system. Did it or did it not detect the drone? We'll just say drone. Please include whether the system collected any information from the drone, including the XML files or movement paths. So yeah, did it detect the drone? Was it able to detect these objects, these mystery drones? Because apparently sometimes they are not able to detect them, which is interesting, and you wouldn't expect that with a conventional drone. Let's see. For DoD only, if a drone mitigation system was used, in other words, if they tried to bring these things down, what is the system name, time duration used, and outcome? Where was the drone operator located when it was used? In what direction was the system pointed during use? So there you go. Yeah, can we bring these things down? Or was anybody able to bring these things down? That's the question here. They want to know about the weird lights they have and whether anybody was able to bring them down. They want to know about the directions these things came from, whether there was instant acceleration or not. All very, very interesting. So yeah, the FBI is getting involved in gathering information about the mystery drones, sending out these guidelines to the DoD, which apparently has to play ball, along with Lockheed and Boeing, etc. Very interesting. And Congress is trusting the FBI more and more these days on this matter, on these matters. So let me know what you think it all means in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store. Become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.